Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What exactly are we talking about?
Politics, sports,
education.
We'll tell you anything you want to hear.
We talk, you listen.
Big's Golf Talk.
Well, here you all are, waiting to hear my broadcast. How very nice of you.
Big's Golf Talk.
America is talking
And yakety yak.
blah, blah, blah.
It's all about talk.
A place for information, advice, golf news, golf reviews, and of course, golf humor.
Do you know who this is?
Big's Golf Talk.
Comes highly recommended. You're gonna feel better if you talk to him.
That's the fact, Jack. Now we'll talk.
Connect with Big's Golf Talk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Big's Golf Talk. Subscribe with us on YouTube and iTunes, Amazon Music, and the Google Play Music Store. We're also available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all your Alexa devices. 19 years of talking golf all over the world. It is Big's Golf Talk, BGT TV, BGT 2.0. I am Big John Quick. He is the golf father, Bill Cuevas. And welcome in, everybody. I hope everyone has had a great, great time. And PGA Tour, or PGA Show, that is. We have some guests today from the PGA Show, and no reruns of anything that we have.
Run, they do run.
Kicking off our 19th season. And
19!
with that said, there's going to be days that we might go 2 hours. We might not go 2 hours, but we want to have quality instead of quantity.
Yes.
So we might keep things shorter over on iHeartRadio as far as on the radio side. And on the TV side, obviously, it's by segment, except for when we're actually live and things go straight across. So hope you enjoyed last week and enjoyed what we had to offer last week. There's a lot more to get to from the PGA Show, and we'll have on a future date. As a matter of fact, today we're going to have someone on the show to tell you how you can create more lag to have more fun at your game of golf.
Yes.
And all that stuff. Also, I have a surprise guest on the show. As you can see, I'm displaying some brand new marketing, if you will, for myself. And you'll find out later on what this hat means and what this sweatshirt means. Big.
It means big. That's what it means.
It means it's so big. Yes. Also, later on, we're going to be talking about a place in our pickleball segment. Pickle and Par. We have been talking about in the last couple of weeks how pickleball has really, I guess, golf has adopted pickleball. Pickleball has adopted golf and become one great sibling, if you will, in creation of the two. But pickleball is on a rocket ship right now and just taking off, including myself getting into it. Here is my paddle.
Yeah.
Paddle Tech. I highly recommend you go check them out, paddletech.com, and get yourself a paddle from there if you're interested in taking pickleball. But we're going to have other companies on the show in the future to talk about pickleball, and Bill and I will be testing out some products as well as beginners. We're just brand new beginners as you are out there. Now, there's might be some interesting and some veterans out there that play pickleball.
Absolutely.
But I'm actually looking to get a little competitive and kind of join like a senior league or something like that. I can't believe I'm saying that.
That's okay, you old man.
All right,
we made it. That's all I'm saying. We made it to this age. That's all we can.
There's been a lot of golf news stories between the PGA Tour and LIV Golf, and the one thing that's been going around is a route back to the PGA Tour from LIV golfers that are no longer playing LIV Golf, have been released by LIV Golf, whatever the case might be.
Yep.
Now, there's been some people in the media, have hammered LIV Golf, have hammered the coverage of LIV Golf, and I'm going to touch on that. But what I want to say here on online now on our show,
Yes.
yes, I support LIV Golf as I do with any other tour that we have coverage for. Because it's a different type of professional golf. All
I
right?
agree. I agree that it's definitely different. It's not the same.
It's gonna grow. It's gonna get better.
I mean, it's like Top Golf. I mean, you could go in there and play competitively with the way that they have their games, or you can go in there and just say, you know what, I'm going in there. I don't drink, so I won't promote that. But you can go there, have a meal. You can have some chicken wings. You got some beer. You could have anything you want. Have a good time, and go about your business. Is it the same as golf? No.
If you leave the PGA Tour, obviously for the money,
yep,
and go play on LIV Golf,
obviously,
and all of a sudden you're no longer playing LIV Golf, whether you've been released or you left it, right?
Yep.
I would say because you made that choice, just because if you have the name of Phil Mickelson, Sergio Garcia, John Rahm, or anybody else that's been a premier player on the tour, if you leave for any particular reason and want to go back, you need to earn it through Q School.
There has to be a check and balance at that point. Everybody says, and especially now, we don't even know what's happening. If they're going to join together, they're not joining together. They're not the same. We already know that. LIV Golf is LIV Golf, and the PGA Tour is the PGA Tour. One plays 4 days, the other one plays 54 holes. You can play in shorts, you can't play in shorts. The rules are different, so therefore it's not the same. You can't have that same competition. You got team competition. We don't have that unless it's the Ryder Cup or something like that. So I think LIV is okay with what they do, but once you jump ship and you made that decision, I'm not saying a consequence. I think you lost your spot. Because now, as soon as you leave and you don't fulfill your obligation to keep your card or whatever it may be, somebody else had to step into that role. Why do we penalize that guy?
Well, here's a news story. And Scotty Scheffler is added to that list of prominent PGA Tour players who don't think members of LIV Golf should be allowed to return as if nothing ever happened. Hey, listen, I'm not saying allow these guys back in like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
The world number one said Wednesday in a Golf Channel interview that he believes any PGA Tour Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund merger should include a pathway back for LIV golfers, but not without some sort of penalty. And what do you mean by penalty?
You don't have to call it a penalty.
You don't have to call it a penty.
No.
Just they have to regain and earn your tour card.
Exactly. They got to just like everybody else. You know what? Some of those guys on tour, they have to go show up on a Monday to qualify. Make those dudes go out on a Monday and qualify to be part of the field. Don't make other people pay for their choice to leave and make it about the money. So what I'm saying is, you know what? Don't take Joe out of his spot because Harry wants to come back. And no, I deserve. No, you don't. You left. You made the decision. Now Joe's playing. And that's how it's going to be until you can take Joe out of his spot. So, and I don't think it should happen right away either, man.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Scheffler said in a rainy Scottsdale, Arizona, you have some guys that left our tour and then sued our tour, where he is the two-time defending champion right now of the Waste Management Phoenix Open that's taking place. That wasn't really a great taste, he says. Then you had some other guys that just left and they wanted to do something different. Everybody made their own decision. I have no bad blood towards the guys that left, but a path towards coming back, I think it wouldn't be a very popular decision. I think if they just came back like nothing ever happened. Northern Ireland star, this has been hot news lately. Rory McIlroy, once the fiercest critic of LIV, recently did a 180 in saying that LIV golfers who wish to return to the PGA Tour should be able to do so without sanction. I disagree with that. Scheffler joins a group including Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, and Ricky Fowler that have responded saying they aren't in favor of a direct route back for LIV players. And I think there should be a pathway back for them, but they definitely shouldn't be able to come back without any sort of contribution to the tour, if that makes sense, Scheffler said. And I think if you're talking about contribution, I don't think they're using the right term. I think
Terms. I think it's the words that are doing it. But you know what? I like pathway.
I like pathway.
I like that. I don't like
pathway.
Yeah, I don't like that they have to pay retribution. This, that. You know what? You need a pathway. If you want to come back, this is the path you're going to have to take. Yep. Period. I don't believe anybody else should be kicked out or anything else, because the PGA Tour made the field smaller. They accommodated a lot of things, switched things up to make it beneficial to everybody. Now the people that stuck with the PGA Tour, I don't believe they should be penalized, because now who gets penalized? The guy that's not the best. But you know what? That guy that may not be the best, he stayed loyal. He stayed right where he's at. And a lot of these guys why are they jumping ship? I applauded LIV for firing people and sending them, oh, you didn't do good. Bye. I like that. I didn't know that about LIV. And I'm probably pretty sure those other people that got fired didn't know that they were going to be let go after a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? And create new teams and new this and trading people, and Bubba Watson having almost his whole team changed. That's life. That's what life is. You made a decision. You may regret your decision. Here's your pathway to come back.
Right.
No penalties. No, you're being punished. This is your way to get back. Period. And leave it like that. Because you know what, Biggs? There's a few guys on that tour and LIV Golf. They can't play on the PGA Tour. They were members that weren't even playing. We weren't even seeing it.
Here's the thing, too, is some media people, I don't know if it, but some media people are saying certain players that are on LIV Golf who really tore apart the PGA Tour should not be allowed to come back at all. One of those names, names on that list is Phil Mickelson, who was the first defector and probably one of the first recruiters of LIV Golf that tried to get guys to come across the way and cross that border. Phil is not that young where he could come back and earn his way on a PGA Tour. Champions Tour, probably. PGA Tour, no.
And I agree.
Also, another name out there is Justin Thomas. Believes players from the LIV Golf wanting to return to the PGA Tour should face punishment after Rory McIlroy welcomed the comeback of Jon Rahm and company. The LIV setup has lured in a whole host of big names from the PGA Tour since forming in 2022. The likes of Rahm, Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka all now play on the breakaway circuit because this has come at a cost. Having been banned by the tour on the back of the proposed peace deal announcement last June, it appeared those who had made the Saudi switch would be offered a path back to the American-based circuit at some point. Now, here's the deal. These are very well popular names. Phil Mickelson, Jon Rahm, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka, Phil Mickelson, and I would have to put in there Mr. Long Hitter.
Dustin DJ?
Not DJ, but I can't think of his name now. Gosh, darn it. Anyway, he tried to hit across Bay Hill on that. Oh,
Bryson DeChambeau.
Bryson was another one who was big on, recruiting guys. And Phil Mickelson and Bryson DeChambeau was the two top names of some media people saying they should never, ever, 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 ever be allowed on the PGA Tour.
Pathway, because I got one good example. Brooks Koepka, go watch Netflix. Go watch him and his episode. That man was ready to walk away from golf. He wanted no part of it. He had no confidence in it. He didn't want nothing. He was tired of doing whatever was going on. And then after his episode aired, LIV came along and swooped him up for guaranteed money, and he went. Where is he going to go? What is he going to do? Make him compete. Give him the pathway. Don't turn him away. Make them earn their way back. Period.
The bottom line, Bill, is those names I just mentioned will bring fans to the event.
Yes, I don't know about Brooks much, but
And I will say this much:
Mhm.
having some of these top names that we just mentioned, if it's good for business
Mhm.
and brings money, then why not?
I don't know if it's good for business. It depends. I'll give you a perfect example really, really quick before we go into our segments. You watch WWE wrestling, right?
Yes.
I watch it. Everybody watches it. Millions and millions and millions of people watch it. They had this past week. What happened? The Rock. Everybody loves Mr. Rock, right? He's everywhere. Movies, this, that. They bring him on. The most viewed YouTube videos in history. Blah, 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 blah. Well, the WWE decided to do something and bypass Cody, right? Or allegedly. We're going to use
Well, the
allegedly because we don't know.
storyline is
Mhm.
Cody gave up that spot
Yes.
for The Rock to take on his family member because of the promo
Roman
The
Reigns.
Rock did a couple weeks ago. Is maybe I should eat at the head
Of the
of
table.
the table.
And when he said that, you heard, I was watching, you
I will
watched.
say this. I
Uh-huh.
will say this in regards, and I know the fans think differently,
Uh-huh.
but can you just imagine the double main event? Cody Rhodes taking on the working champion,
Seth
Seth
Rollins.
freaking Rollins. All right. And then The Rock taking on. Now, let me just say this. Will The Rock win the championship? No.
Nope.
So could that storyline at the WrestleMania be, and I know this is a golf show, but
Yes.
could that
It's
storyline
okay.
be wasted in some eyes? That might be why the fans are doing this, is because it's going to be wasted. It's going to be a pass of the torch to Roman as far as being the greatest of all time.
That's what everybody's talking about. And I'm like, why? Why is he the greatest? He's not the greatest. He's not a fighting champion. Everything that the other people are saying is true. He's not a fighting champion. But they're still giving him that opportunity.
And think of
And
this
that's
way.
what I'm saying. Mhm.
And maybe Cody's saying, yes, I want that belt, but you are not deserving of main eventing me at WrestleMania because you're not the working champion.
That's right. And I you heard what Cody said. I am coming for you and everything you have and that belt.
Right.
Right? These players, they went and they left, and now they're coming back. Again, pathways. Give them a pathway to do what they need to do.
I don't necessarily. I
Mhm.
think some golfers are trying to come back, but I don't
Mhm.
think any of these main headliners that we're speaking of is trying to come back, unless
No.
you're talking about just other tournaments that's on the off week.
Yeah. At this point, does Phil need the money to come back?
No,
We talking
none
about
of
Phil.
them. None of them.
I don't know if it would be pride or anything. Would I like to see Phil play? Absolutely. But yeah, I get to go watch him over there. Do I still enjoy the PGA Tour more? Absolutely. I like it. It's a little more. Mm-hmm.
The last thing I want to touch on, and
Yes.
for some reason I don't get invited to a talk show and I was watching their talk show just the other day, and
Okay.
that's because I'm going to bust their myth about this whole thing about LIV Golf only having 400,000 viewers.
Bust it, Bella. Bust it, big.
Here's what's happening.
Uh-huh.
LIV Golf is so new as far as being viewed in the media. The second thing is being viewed on CW. CW is not known for sports, so if you're looking for sports, you're not looking for CW.
Nope.
The only way you know about LIV Golf being on CW is you're a golf fan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's next.
Yep.
The other thing is I want to bring up the history of the PGA Tour being viewed on TV.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm.
On free TV at that.
Yep.
Because at one point it was not free TV, and It wasn't all 4 rounds.
Nope.
And they only had like a 0.3 on the share market.
Mm-hmm.
So when they first come out, you didn't have 400,000 people watch it because why? It was boring to watch on TV.
And it was on Sunday. Everybody wanted to do something on Sunday when they first came out on, I think it was CBS or NBC. That's where it was on.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the viewership until, again, Golf Channel. Golf Channel made golf every single day.
Right.
All day. You found something about golf. Are we getting that now? Yeah, you can find it. You can find something that got golf on it. But CW,
and it's
they were
not
known
fair to compare the numbers to Waste Management.
Oh my
to
God.
LIV Golf.
Nope. You can't do it. Waste Management
I will
is
say
crazy.
that, and this they did say this when I was watching their show. They said that LIV Golf doubled their viewership from last year, and they have.
Mhm.
And I will say
Yeah.
this: if they get on a sports channel, whether it be Fox Sports, but see, the Fox Sports, they were at one point doing all the USGA stuff, so that was frowned upon. So they had to find a network that wanted money more than they wanted loyalty.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So CW was that people that wanted money and not loyalty. So now, with hopefully this merger, maybe something come out of it that they do get on a sports channel.
Absolutely.
The other thing about LIV Golf, and trust me, PGA Tour, when it first started, wasn't any better at their commentary.
Got to start somewhere.
But you got to start somewhere. You got to make those mistakes someplace.
That's right. I agree. You got to start somewhere, and we have to create a pathway back for the people that opted to do what they wanted to do to better their lives, to come back. People make mistakes. You know what I mean? That's why people get traded from team to team. It doesn't really happen from league to league, but it happens from team to team. And you have guys that do it in soccer. You had that guy Beckham. He left his country where he was a superstar and came to America. And what happened? A year later, he was out. He was gone. He knew he made a mistake, but did they want him back right away? Absolutely not. They made him work for it. They gave him the pathway to get back.
And they brought up the fact that pickleball had 100,000 more views than the LIV Golf, let me just say, pickleball
Different audience.
They have an audience.
And
It's on a rocket ship, folks. So anytime you hear the name pickleball being on TV, guess what? People are interested in seeing that.
And I wonder if they're picking up the fact that all your devices in your house, every time I walk by my Amazon devices and stuff like that, pickleball is there. Do you want to watch pickleball? It's right there. All I got to do is hit play, and it will take me to watch pickleball. So
folks at Pickleball TV is doing a nice job.
Absolutely.
At marketing that.
There
isn't another tour or another professional sport of pickleball that's trying to knock them out.
Nope.
So therefore, it's being welcomed with open arms instead of being contended and
absolutely
in trying to compete.
Biggs, if you had an opportunity to play golf on Sunday when the final round of a round is on, or watch it on TV, which one are you going to do? Do you want to golf, or do you want to sit home and watch the TV?
I want to play golf.
Any real golfer out there, 90% of us are going to want to be out there playing.
Yep.
And you know what? I'll come back and find out who won. And if I miss something, I'll rewind it. It's like football games. Sometimes people will record it and pray that nobody spoils it for them, and they still have that same kind of enjoyment. Sometimes I rather play than watch. I want to play. So there you have it.
And some people like to watch like the Waste Management in real time and then maybe record CW and watch that later on.
Yeah, it's all a matter of a choice, but I think it's going to get to a point where if they create a pathway, it is what it is. We can't hold it against them.
All I got to say is I don't care who you are. If you're Phil Mickelson, you have a pathway to play maybe on the Champions Tour if you don't want to play for LIV anymore. But I think he's at an age he doesn't want to play that much golf, and that's why he's playing on LIV. And he's making good money. So.
He did his duty.
Yeah.
He helped. And that's the thing. We cannot forget what they brought to the game, what they bring to the game. Some of them, and not all of them.
And not forget whether it's right or wrong, how they did it. Yep. It still brought awareness to how the PGA Tour was treating some of their players and staff.
Well, Rory's talking about taking them back. How did Rory feel when that business that him and Tiger created and Rahm opted out last minute? How'd they feel? I need more time with my family. I need this. I need that. And then 2 weeks later, I got $1 million that millions of dollar contract with somebody else. See ya. Why? Because in the end, money. Are they going to hate him for it? I don't. It's are people hating Rory and Tiger for creating these teams to play on simulators?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't get it. Golf to me is golf. It depends what we want to watch. I'd rather go to Top Golf and play myself and have a good time than watch people hit it on a simulator.
Right.
Everybody has a choice. So let's create a pathway or whatever, gateway for them to come back. If we want them to, you don't want them to. We don't make the decision. You know what I mean? But should they have that option? Yeah, especially the ones that have given so much to the game. You know what I mean? I think there's still a place for them.
Exactly. All right, sir.
That's it.
How about we head into our segments? Some great guests coming up. And also, Greg Wise is going to be joining us as well. So we're gonna have some good times here on Big's Golf Talk, right here on the BGT and on the Ignite Golf Network. So we'll be right back right after this.